We have a long way to go before everybody believes in crypto. Welcome to Degenny from the blockchain, where we defy logic. I had a conversation with my parents yesterday. They are baby boomers about crypto and Bitcoin. And the main thing that was said after all the great things that you and I know about, when I told that to my parents, the only thing they could say is, yeah, but it's fake money. And so I compromised with them. I said, yes, crypto is fake money in the sense that you cannot reach in your pocket and take out a dollar bill or a paper bill or something that is physical in terms of a currency. So in that sense, you're right. I compromised with them so I could get their attention, and just, make them know that I'm thinking rationally about this because they think it's crazy. Certainly you could pull out your phone from your pocket and say, well, here's my Bitcoin, it's on the blockchain, or here's my crypto. But for the sense of the conversation, I said, yes, crypto is fake money because you literally cannot hold a paper bill that is crypto. But then I said, what does exist is digital assets and digital money. And I said, how many people actually use cash anymore to transact? I'm at Whole Foods right now and I'm going to go in there. Ooh. Oh, sleep number. There's yeah, there we go. The crumble cookie. I should get one of those too. But I was saying that, when you go to buy groceries or whatever, you're just using your card. Who in the world carries cash anymore? Who in the world is interacting with cash, right? You can look in your wallet and you may have some extra pennies and quarters and nickels and dimes just from change that you used a long time ago. The few times you interact with cash when you buy things that end up in the black hole in your car or inside couch cushions. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. You can use every single Satoshi you have for something, hopefully in the future when Bitcoin gets adopted as a form of payment, if that's the case, or some other blockchain crypto that is going to be primarily used for transactions. Could it be Stellar? I would like to think so, because I love the peer-to-peer that Stellar is building, for example. And this was the other thing I told my parents is, look, crypto is real. Okay, because we have to interact in a fiat world. I get that, a cash world right now until crypto gets adopted. So I told them about Stellar and their Stellar Aid Assist program, where I can send Stellar to anybody in the world and they can go to a MoneyGram counter. There's some at Walmart, and you can just go to the counter and withdraw your Stellar for cash, and you can have your cash, because we have to live in a cash world still. And that is a perfect use case of crypto in that you don't need a bank. And then we went into the whole banking thing and fractionalized banking and that whole thing. You don't need a bank to operate in the crypto world. That was my main point to them. So when they said it's fake money, I said, sure, you can't reach in your pocket and pull out crypto. I get it. But I can send Stellar, or anybody can send Stellar to any other peer around the globe, and they can go to a Walmart and withdraw that Stellar or convert that Stellar right into cash and take their cash. That is a real world use case happening right now. So they were impressed with that, but still, baby boomers, and I don't blame them. They've been conditioned for 70 years to operate the way that they do currently in the financial world, and that's what they're going to do. CDs, bonds. And to be honest, it's not that bad. If you can lock up your money for 2 to 3 years and guarantee yourself a 4 or 5% gain, for people who are uneducated on crypto, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. I tried to tell them about my Cardano staking, how I get around 5%, but I don't have to lock my funds up for 3 years, 2 years. And it's liquid. It's just liquid. And so that leads me to my other point. So point one is that my dad said it's fake money, and I just gave you an example of how it's real money. And the second point is that the volatility of crypto. So when I was talking about Cardano, he's like, well, fine, if you use Cardano in the Cardano ecosystem, and he wasn't saying that. I explained how you can use ADA in the Cardano ecosystem. But he says, well, you know, that goes up and down in price. So how can you use that as a currency if it's so volatile? And I said, you know, that's a fair point. You know, we're still very early. And so it's hard to kind of transact in crypto right now. But when I'm interacting with the Cardano ecosystem, I know that 2 ADA is going to be more or less my transaction fee. When you're in an ecosystem, you're operating within that ecosystem. So the currency is the actual crypto. It's ADA for Cardano. So I'm spending 2 ADA when I interact in the Cardano ecosystem, for example. So I don't have to worry about the dollar value. So if I just interact with the Cardano ecosystem, I'm using the Cardano from my own wallet that I hold the keys to, and I'm transacting in a Cardano. So I am using crypto as an actual form of currency, okay? And then, you know, he's like, well, you can't pay your mortgage in Cardano. And I said, okay, again, that's fair. We're very early on in the adoption phase. So yes, there are projects out there that are working on this, I believe, from what I've researched. And I don't know the specific ones, but I know that there must be blockchains out there that are working to adopt crypto as a form of payment, and you can use your crypto to pay your mortgage, for example. So when he brought that up as an example, I basically said, you're right, I get it. We have to pay in dollars. And he goes, because the dollar is stable. So we know, and it was back to the volatility thing. And I said, yes, on the surface, you see $1 as $1. But just like 1 Cardano equals 1 Cardano, Cardano fluctuates in value. And behind the scenes, the dollar literally is fluctuating in value, but we don't talk about that. For example, there's a chart out there that we like to use on Degenny from the blockchain that I got from Sin City Crypto. I mean, it's on Google, but I first saw it on Sin City Crypto, where it shows that the value of the dollar over the past like 100 years has gone down like 90-something%. So yes, $1 equals $1, but the value of that $1 has gone down more than Bitcoin in its existence. So we don't talk about that though. Like if you look at that chart, I think it equates $1 to a candy bar. You could buy like 20 candy bars 100 years ago, and now you only can buy maybe 1 candy bar with $1, and 20 candy bars with $1 100 years ago. So that's a lot of value lost, right? But that actual candy bar, aside from that company producing that candy bar, they may be producing more candy bars, so the cost of the candy bar might go up. I get that, but certainly not this much. So that actual candy bar that's been produced 100 years ago and the candy bar that's produced today, it's relatively the same candy bar, right? It's not like the candy bar has shot up in value or declined in value. It's the same exact candy bar. So why would it cost $1 today for that candy bar, but 100 years ago I could get 20 candy bars for that same dollar? The actual candy bar has not changed. It's the value of the dollar that has changed. That was my example I tried to tell my parents. So given all that information, you know, this is why I don't like to bring it up with people who haven't seen crypto, you know, do anything but go down. They don't believe in it. So when I bring up these points like Stellar 8 Assist and the value of the dollar and interacting in an ecosystem with the actual native currency, they just don't get it, or they understand it, but they just kind of hear it in one ear and let it go out the other, and they just continue on their merry way. So we have a ways to go in crypto adoption, but that's fine. You and I are in early. We stand to make some major gains, hopefully, in the next couple of years. But as always, this is not financial advice, so please do your own research. It's just my blockchain reaction. Thank you for watching. Hey, thank you for watching to the very end. And before you go, please subscribe to the channel, crank up that like button, drop a comment and share the video. If you want to join me on the VEUIT platform, the Web3 streaming platform, I'm going to migrate all my content over there and create new content on the blockchain. My referral link is in the description below.